Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Old English channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to tell you guys about a trip that we took. So last week was the missus' birthday and she wanted to get away. She wanted to get out of the house, away from the kids, just take a little bit of a break and enjoy herself on her birthday. All was great. We kind of started planning it. We kind of started talking about it a week before, trying to decide where she wanted to go, what she wanted to see, where we were going to stay, those kind of things. We're having a lot of trouble deciding exactly what we wanted to do. So a couple days prior to her birthday, she kind of decided, I want to go up and see Tequamanon Falls in the UP, check that out. So that was kind of the game plan. We didn't really book a hotel or kind of plan anything out meticulously. There was no itinerary. We just decided we were going to wing it, because what can go wrong when you're going to wing a trip 5-6 hours away from home? Yeah. So we started headed out up north, about 5-6 hours. We got to Mackinac City, and up to that point everything was going smooth. There wasn't no issues. Everything was great. It was a great trip, a nice start to the birthday for the missus. So we get out by the bridge. We take some pictures by the bridge. It was beautiful, checking out the lake and the view, looking over the lake at Mackinac City. Everything looked wonderful. The water was nice and clear. It was a sunny day. Everything was going good. And then we decided we're gonna stay here in Mackinac City and get something to eat before we continue on with the trip. So we were walking around Mackinac City a little bit. The missus sees a restaurant. Oh, that looks like a nice restaurant. Let's go and check it out. We walk in. Before we get seated, we ask to see their menus. Look at the menus. $30 steak. All right, this must be a good steak. It's a 6-ounce sizzler. $30 for a 6-ounce sizzler. Nah, I'm not cool with that. I mean, if the missus wanted to eat there, then fine. She wants a $30 6-ounce sizzler for her birthday. We'll do that. It had to be a real special cow. I mean, the Pope had to bless the grass that this cow was grazing on or something to be able to pump out a $30 steak that's only 6 ounces. Give me a break. It's not filet mignon. It's a sizzler. But the missus, she was in agreement. It's overpriced. We're not going to eat there. We're not going to spend that much money. So we walked around Mackinac City a little bit more. Went probably a block and a half up. We found another restaurant. Looked like a family restaurant. Looked like it'd be nice. Something might be a little bit more affordable within the budget. We ain't got to waste so much money. So we're like, all right, let's check it out. We kind of head towards that restaurant. Some guy sitting out front in a chair. He's like, hey, come on in. This is a good place to eat. You're going to like it here. Okay, mister. Whatever you say. So we walk in there. There's some guy also sitting on the inside. He quickly stands up. I don't know if he was just the host, some guy that worked there, or maybe like the owner or something. He was just relaxing inside. But he stands up, he greets us and stuff. Welcome, We're like, yeah, we were kind of undecided on where we wanted to eat, and he lets us know, oh, hey, you came to the best place. I don't cook the food, but I eat the food, and this is the best restaurant in Mackinac City. Really? You sure about that? If it wasn't, would you tell us that? I mean, someone walks into your restaurant, you're going to tell them, oh, hey, come on in, guys. You made a decent selection. This is the second best restaurant in town. Oh, come on, everybody's going to say it's the best place, but whatever, they're trying to sell us on, we got this $18 buffet, it's a great buffet, $18. $18 for a buffet is a little bit pricey. I mean, if it's a good buffet, then yeah, it could be worth the money. If they're slicing up some roast beef, they got some ribs, 30, 40 different items to select from, this could get down on a nice buffet. I'm okay with that. So they take us, they start walking us to their seats. They walk us past this buffet, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, yeah, without a doubt, this got to be the worst buffet I've ever seen. This is what the buffet had. Sliced turkey, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, gravy. I wouldn't even consider that 4 items. We're talking 3 items. You can't consider gravy an item of its own. I mean, give me a break. $18 for a buffet and you got 3 items to choose from? I'm going to want to get myself, like, for $18, 1 or 2 plates of just desserts. You have no selection. I'm not going with a buffet, but whatever, you know, the missus decided that's where she wanted to eat. It was a little bit more friendly to the budget. I would figure I'd just look on the menu, try and find whatever the cheapest thing on there was, chicken tenders or something like that. So we sit down, we're looking at the menu, we order some water from the waitress. I go and use the restroom, looking through, come back. I think I decided maybe on a sandwich or something, chicken tenders. The missus was gonna get their 6-ounce sizzler. It was $15. So, you know, the Pope obviously didn't bless that grass, but might have been your local pastor or something. It was still a nice cow for $15 for a 6-ounce sizzler, but besides the point. So we go and we place the order with the waitress. She walks away, look over at the missus, and she's getting a little fidgety. So, all right, what's going on? She looks at me and, I don't think I want to eat here. Perfect, let's go. Get up, I stopped the waitress. I said, hey, you need to cancel the order. We're gonna go somewhere else to eat. She looks at me confused, and I'm like, come on, your buffet's crap. Don't tell me people haven't walked in and walked right back out before. You're used to this, I'm sure. So we leave, we start heading up further up north, across the bridge, headed to the UP, heading up towards the Tequamanon Falls area. It's about an hour and a half or so north of Mackinac City, so we're headed that way. We're punching into the phone, looking for a restaurant where we can eat at. Pull it up on the internet. There's a restaurant. It's about an hour north of Mackinac City, so right, we're probably about 20 minutes out for that. So perfect. We punch it in. We start headed that way. It's this time, you know, we're getting close to 7:30 or so. It's dark. It's fall in Michigan. The sun's setting. You know, we're in the UP at this point. We end up driving past the destination. You know, it alerts us. We turn around, swing back around, pull in. All the lights are off. Restaurant's closed. The internet failed to mention that the seasonal hours are a little bit different. So that restaurant was actually not open. It was closed for the season. They're not getting many tourists in the fall in the UP. So wonderful. Here we are now. It's about 7:30. We're hungry. We ain't got no restaurant we're gonna go to. We still haven't booked a hotel. No problem. We go a couple blocks up the road, a couple miles up the road. We stop at a gas station, pull in. One of the clerks is outside smoking a cigarette, so we walk up to her and ask her, hey, you know, is there any restaurants around here that are open currently? Yeah. You can turn around and go back the way you came, about 9 miles, or you can keep going north, another 14 miles. There's a restaurant there. Perfect, yeah. I did notice we passed the bar on the way up here. That's the restaurant. All right, so the missus ultimately decides that's where she wants to head. Let's just go back there. We know that they're open for sure. It's not going to be a guessing game or anything like that. So we head back the 9 miles, get to that bar. It's jam-packed. At this point, it's 8 o'clock. We walk in the door. They're packed. They sit the people in front of us. We have to wait for them to clean up a table. We go and we sit down. Lady comes, gets us some water. She lets us know it's going to be about 45 minutes before we can serve you anything. We just finished our Fish Fry Friday. Awesome. Great to hear. Neither the missus or I enjoy fish, so I guess it was nice that they were going to clean off the grill and the stove and the fryer, whatever they had to do of all those fish remnants beforehand. But here we are. We're looking at about 9 o'clock before we're going to be able to eat any food. But we figured, all right, you know, it's okay. We got some time. We'll sit here at the table, wait for them to be able to take our order. We'll look in the phone. We'll try and find this hotel that we're going to book. Things are still going to work out okay. Luckily, the bar had Wi-Fi we could connect to. So awesome, we can connect. Half these hotels and motels up there in the UP, there's no online reservation type setup that you can go through, so we're not able to do any of that. So we're able to pull up phone numbers, but we don't have any service on our phones to be able to make calls to any of these places. So now the missus is starting to get worried. She's getting a little bit anxious. Here we are, 6 hours from home, an hour into the UP. We're in the middle of nowhere. Hardly anything's open. We're not able to get in touch with any of these hotels. I'm about to be stranded up here, possibly. So we're getting in touch with my mother-in-law, the missus's mom. We're relaying messages to her, you know, asking her, hey, will you call this hotel and see if they have availability, back and forth. We're finding nothing at all near where we're staying. We're looking at things that are an hour and a half further north, 2 hours to the west or heading back down towards Mackinac City. It's getting bad, you know. The missus, she's getting pretty close to flipping out. This is not turning out the way she had envisioned a nice birthday weekend to go. It was getting bad, real bad. So we end up finding a place down south in St. Ignace. They have some availability. All right. Sucks. We have to drive an hour further south, but hey, we'll drive down there. We'll go to sleep. We'll wake up. We'll make the hour and a half trek back up north. We'll visit the falls, and we'll kind of continue with this trip. You know, it's a little setback, minor setback, nothing too major. It's definitely something we can overcome. Won't be a big deal. All right. So we finish up dinner, start heading back south. Looking at about 10 o'clock or so, we get to the motel. We check into the motel, check into our room. This is not the place that I would have made a reservation at. It was dingy, it was grimy, it was dirty, it was sketchy. Definitely not the place that you're gonna pull back the blankets and just jump right into bed. We're gonna sleep on top of the blankets, you know. The hoodie I was wearing, that's gonna keep me warm for the night. That'll be all right. Not gonna get too comfy in this bed here. So anyways, you know, we lay down. Mrs. knocks out fairly quickly. I'm kind of laying down. I'm getting close to that point, probably looking like 10:20 or so. All of a sudden, bang, bang, pounding on the door. I quick hop out of bed, and Mrs. looks up, throw open the door real quick, look around outside, nothing. You know, all right. It's a sketchy area, something's going on. Go and lock the door, lay back down. Another 15, 20 minutes or so later, Mrs. is passed back out. I'm just about to that point again. Bang, 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 another bang on the door. Hop up. You know, at this point, the Mrs. is ticked off. She's full-blown, like, meltdown mode. This trip is, like, ruined. It's over. This is horrible. We should not have done this. We should have planned this out. This is not a good birthday. So we stand by the door, and we're looking out the peephole, and we're waiting probably, you know, 10 minutes or so. We're waiting for somebody to come and bang on this door again. We're going to whip that door open. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. So 10 or so minutes pass. Nothing's happening, you know. We can't go on like this, you know. We can't continue with this constant banging on the doors, waking us up every 20 minutes or whatever like that. So Mrs. gets on the phone and she's complaining and yelling at the front desk staff, you know, we're not staying here. You guys are giving us a refund. It's not negotiable. This is happening. This is what it's going to be. And y'all are going to do it, you know. What are they going to do? They're going to stand guard in front of our door and sure people aren't going to bang on it? Ridiculous. So that's the plan. And the Mrs. is finished. Trip is over. She's in full meltdown. Crying, screaming, yelling. We're done. We're driving home. This trip is over. There's no falls. There's no UP. There's no Saturday and Sunday to this vacation anymore either. We're heading home finished. So we hear a little bit of commotion outside the door of the hotel as we're packing up. We open up the door. Here's some middle-aged, pretty blitzed, middle-aged woman, you know. Oh, somebody knocking on your door. I'm sorry. We got the kids for hockey, and they were knocking on the door, and I told them don't do that. Oh, yeah. Thanks, lady, for apologizing that the kids keep banging on our door. Basically, what was going on is there was a bunch of kids, a hockey team doing a hockey tournament. The parents were all in one room in the hotel just getting sloshed, letting their kids just run amok. Ridiculous, yeah. So thanks for apologizing for your kids ruining the hotel stay. Should probably apologize to the hotel for costing them, that $150 or whatever it was to book that room that they had to refund us. It's ridiculous. So we start heading home, you know. It's wonderful, you know. At this point, it's like 11:30 or so at night. We got a 5.5-hour trip. Driving through, we get, an hour or so south from Mackinac City. Look at the gas gauge. Got about 50 miles or so to E. It's pretty desolate area where we're at still. I'm thinking 50 miles to E. I need to find a gas station quick because I'm guessing they're pretty spaced apart up here. So I quick pull up my phone, look it up on the internet. They tell me, you know, oh good, I'm only about 10 miles or so away from the next gas station that's open. Perfect, that works great. Not going to be an issue. Pull off the exit. It's about a mile or so down off the exit. Gas station's closed. Why would it be open? Of course, seasonal hours. So that's just wonderful. Now the missus is freaking out even a little bit more. Not only was her birthday ruined, the trip was ruined, you know, the entire weekend vacation was ruined, but now we're about to run out of gas in the middle of nowhere and get stranded. Who are we gonna call? Nobody, we ain't got no service. So hop back on. Luckily, I was able to find a gas station that's open 24 hours, a few more miles up the road. Got there, pulled in, filled up the tank, continued on. So we fill up the gas tank and we leave the gas station, and there we hop back on the highway, go 20, 30 miles, get off the highway, get on our interstate, and kind of going to the next highway to head south to home. So, probably an hour or two down the road, middle of nowhere, all of a sudden a raccoon jumps out of the road. It's running parallel with me, and then it jumps perpendicular and quick, jumps in front of the car, run it over. Great times. And luckily the car is not any smaller. Luckily the raccoon isn't any bigger. It would have caused a lot of damage. So now the missus wakes up and she's freaking out a little bit more. We just hit something. Car's damaged. We're going to break down and be stranded in the middle of nowhere. Luckily it wasn't that bad. The bumper a little bit damaged. I was able to push it back into place. We were able to continue on and make it home. But there is one little bit of silver lining for this. 12 hours of driving, the most wondrous trip, and we got a magnet to show for it. 12 hours to get a magnet. Happy birthday.